All right, no be smart, President Tinubu don't come. They talk about this one party state of a thing. Say, well, as it be like this, say na because of say APC na progressive party and na them be the ruling party. So that is why everybody want associate with APC. Anyways, in talk say no be criminal offense for it's because say na democracy we get people get freedom of movement, people get freedom of association. So therefore, one party this thing no mean anything. Anyway, many people don't they react to this kind of thing when in talk. Some don't go dig out some kind of thing when in talk that year when him be governor or when before him become governor self for Lagos State, say him come dey warn people against one party state and na exactly wetin him wan begin dey practice now. Well, I go allow you make you watch this video, make you see people reaction and hear wetin Rufai talk about one party state for Nigeria. Na Rufai opinion, na him dey give me joy. Watch the video as they come.
Discussing reactions to the summit organized by the All Progressives Congress in Abuja on Thursday, where President Bola Ahmed Tinubu addressed the issue of the one-party system, stating that it's the APC that is ruling and driving the aspirations of Nigerians. Tinubu also described politicians defecting from opposition parties to the APC as bailing out of a sinking ship, adding that Nigeria's democracy allows for freedom of movement and association. Well, let's take a look before we take some reactions.
Before I skip, I just need to tell those ones saying one party system is no good. It's one party ruling and driving the aspiration of Nigerians. Where do they start? You don't blame a people bailing out of a sinking ship when they have no life jacket. I'm glad of what we have, and I'm expecting more to come. That is the game. We are in a constitutional democracy. Don't forget the freedom of movement and the freedom of association is not criminally punishable. Welcome to the progressives. Sweep them clean.
Welcome to the progressives. Sweep them clean. Jagaban. Let me take some reactions. And this is a reaction that is, re-echoed on social media. This is from Emma, who wrote, President Tinubu said, there's nothing wrong with a one-party state. I completely disagree with him. He was among those who kicked against the one-party state. I wonder what changed now. I'm completely against a one-party state. Well, President Eniola actually pulled out multiple newspaper clippings, with the caption in August 2010, Bola Tinubu warned against one-party state, but today they say it's a blessing. Obviously, the internet never forgets. There was the interview that's been trending now back in 2010 when, the president actually kicked against the one-party state. And we have, mentioned this on this table that we are all against this because it doesn't support democracy. But let us just touch more on the summit yesterday. In the meantime, Senate President Godswill Akpabio, during the summit, urged that Tinubu be returned unopposed as the presidential candidate of the APC and called for the president to be the sole candidate for Nigeria in 2027, saying that his leadership qualities and experience make him well-suited to represent all Nigerians and not just members of the All Progressives Congress. Let's take a look.
The political sagacity of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in view of the fact that despite very difficult times, he has been able to set Nigeria on a path of growth, confirmed by the International Monetary Fund. In view of the fact that Nigerians are grassroots people, are very excited. In view of the fact that even the members of the National Assembly and senators said they have never had it this good, the leadership of the House of Reps should join me. I want all the members of the National Assembly of the APC extraction to stand up wherever they are. I want the civil senators to stand up where they are. And you will echo what I'm going to say. Those who love you will also join. I want to move, and let it be moved, that not only will President Bola Ahmed Tinubu be a sole candidate for the presidency in 2027, but he will also be a sole candidate for the whole Nigerian population, because all our political parties have been torn into shreds. I went to my state and I saw the umbrella, the PDP, it has over 100 holes. And so very soon you will hear, I'm not the one to break the news, but I know the national chairman has already broken the news, that everything in the South-South has collapsed for you. And that is the same thing that is happening in the nation. Nigerians are saying that because you have done a difficult job well, that it is time for us to reward you by sending you back to the presidency for a second term in office. I move, therefore, as the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that Mr. President return, one, as a candidate of the APC unopposed, and secondly, as the next president for a second term come 2027. I so move. Listen to that voice. That's the voice of the Senate President. I so move.
The voice of the Senate President, Dr. Abasi, has been cracking up the whole time. And you know, a lot of people have said, if Senate President Godswill Akpabio was not Senate President, he could really have a good job as a, is it a comedian or a jester? What do you call that? Dr. Abasi, over to you, really. I mean, because really, okay. I don't know if anyone...
Just to add to what I said earlier on, I think the APC National Summit yesterday, held at the banquet hall of the presidential villa, there was a lot of psychophancy, there was a lot of masturbation, there was a lot of psychophancy, there was a lot of comedy. Now, the Progressive Governors Forum, led by Senator Opuzodinma, the National Assembly, led by Senator Godswill Akpabio, they said they passed a vote of confidence in the president. Others did. In fact, they turned the banquet hall into an extension of the Senate and the House of Reps, because it was the Speaker of the House of Reps that seconded the motion. Unfortunately, the Senate President forgot his gavel. He didn't go with it. and they forgot to go with the mace, of the Senate and that of the House. So that's why I say it is comedic.
Yes.
However, what is important here is that the President is saying, well, the Constitution allows Section 40, freedom of assembly, Section 39, freedom of expression, and that people can express themselves. Those rights are not criminally punishable. He's right on that score. But let him be reminded that that same yesterday, the coalition have refused to keep quiet. They have appointed Senator David Mark as chairman. They set up a committee led by Lee Elemoke, Senator Lee, former governor, former minister Lee Elemoke, to see if they should stay within the existing party. They've set up the Rotimi Amechi committee, who will be, Rotimi Amechi will be 60, by the way, on May 27, Children's Day. And that committee has recommended the formation of a new political party called All Democratic Alliance, which motto will be, trust for all Nigerians. Now, that ADA means Ada in Yoruba language. So the opposition too, they are wielding cutlass.
They are.
Ada means cutlass.
I mean,
so 2027 will be, the build up to it will be very interesting.
Right.
However, my fear is that as the politicians begin to jostle so early in the day, where would governance be?
This is the point.
President Tinubu says he will take us to promised land.
Yes.
I hope the politicians will not be distracted. Those wielding cutlasses and those wielding vote of confidence, and that there will be enough time to spare for the ordinary Nigerian who expects performance, service delivery, and progress and growth.
Absolutely, you've said it right. We should really focus on governance at this point. I cannot believe that we are speaking about Tinubu as a sole candidate of Nigeria at the point. Godswill Akpabio, before I come to you, Rufai, meanwhile.